form. By grasping the jejunum between the finger and thumb, the circular folds can be felt through the walls of the gut, these being absent in the lower part of the ileum. It is possible in this way to distinguish the upper from the lower part of the small intestine. The ileum, intestinum ileum, is narrow, its diameter being 3.75 centimeters, and its coats thinner and less vascular than those of the jejunum. It possesses but few circular folds, and they are small and disappear entirely toward its lower end, but aggregated lymph nodules, Peyer's patches, are larger and more numerous. The jejunum for the most part occupies the umbilical and left iliac regions, while the ileum occupies chiefly the umbilical, hypogastric, right iliac, and pelvic regions. The terminal part of the ileum usually lies in the pelvis, from which it ascends over the right psoas and right iliac vessels. It ends in the right iliac fossa by opening into the medial side of the commencement of the large intestine. The jejunum and ileum are attached to the posterior abdominal wall by an extensive fold of peritoneum, the mesentery, which allows the freest motion, so that each coil can accommodate itself to changes in form and position. The mesentery is fan-shaped, its posterior border, or root, about 15 centimeters long, is attached to the posterior abdominal wall from the left side of the body of the second lumbar vertebra to the right sacroiliac articulation, crossing successively the horizontal part of the duodenum, the aorta, the inferior vena cava, the ureter, and the right psoas muscle. Its breadth between its vertebral and intestinal borders averages about 20 centimeters, and is greater in the middle than at its upper and lower ends. According to Lockwood, it tends to increase in breadth as age advances. Between the two layers of which it is composed are contained blood vessels, nerves, lacteals, and lymph glands, together with a variable amount of fat. Meckel's diverticulum, Diverticulum ilii. This consists of a pouch which projects from the lower part of the ileum in about 2% of subjects. Its average position is about 1 meter above the colic valve, and its average length about 5 centimeters. Its caliber is generally similar to that of the ileum, and its blind extremity may be free or may be connected with the abdominal wall or some other portion of the intestine by a fibrous band. It represents the remains of the proximal part of the vitelline duct, the duct of communication between the yolk sac and the primitive digestive tube in early fetal life. End of section 19. Recording by Mark Roche.